Hello, Virgo rising. It's Mandy Ray of Ecstatic Astrology here for your new moon and Pisces forecast. Let's go ahead and get down to it. To it. All right. Handy dandy charts. I love them. So here we go. I think I'm going to do my spotlight. Virgo rising. That's your first house of self. Here we go. See, first house is Virgo for you. So anything happening in Virgo will be about yourself, your personality, your presence. And this is how I use astrology. And that's why I'm bringing up what the first house is. So let's look at where the new moon is. Opposite, it's in Pisces, right here, seventh house. Okay. So anything in Pisces is always going to be your seventh house. What is the seventh house? Relationships, cooperation, collaboration, open enemies. That's the least favorite part of the seventh house, but mostly the seventh house is pretty nice because it's who you collaborate with, it's who you cooperate with, it's relationships, it's your friendships, right? So the new moon there is planting seeds of faith. And let me just put it this way, Virgo rising, I don't blame you for not having faith in people, okay? Pisces is about illusion and delusion, and having a Pisces seventh house can have people appearing better than they are to you or getting one over you, wolf in sheep's clothing kind of thing. But this new moon is encouraging you to have faith in people again. And it's not just the new moon doing that, right? The difference is Jupiter's up here in your 10th house. Here's Jupiter in Gemini. Gemini is your 10th house, which is public image, authority, career, responsibility, reputation, ambition. Jupiter is logic. Logically, you're there. You're in your career area. But your heart is being encouraged to develop your relationship area, okay? They might pull on each other a little bit, but you can do them both, okay? And Mercury is about to show us the way to do that because Mercury and Venus are going to retrograde through your eighth house, which is other people's money, shared resources, contracts, power. There's going to be a reevaluation of that, like you could imagine a situation in which you didn't realize that you were owed taxes from the state and got them. And then maybe the career is not such a big deal. Maybe you accidentally were owed $1 million in back taxes, right? I'm coming up with a crazy example. We could come up with many more, but they might get too real. And I don't think anyone's ever received $1 million from the federal government. So the 10th house of career, imagine you got $1 million from taxes. Well, maybe you quit your job, right? Probably not going to happen, but you could come up with some things like, for instance, I invested in something, forgot about it. Venus goes retrograde, and I don't really have to be so logical anymore. Now, that's not going to go away, but Jupiter will eventually leave that area. It'll go into your 11th house of goals and networking, okay? And that's in June. So these two things, relationships and career, yeah, they are pulling on each other. But Venus retrogrades here, changes something with regards to the power balance or regards to your empowerment. You reevaluate that. But that's also connected to something else. That is Mars retrograde in your 11th house of goals. Okay. So Mars retrograde, whew, emotionally exacerbating, emotionally frustrating. And you were emotionally frustrated about your goals, about your groups of people, your friend groups. You might have had something happen that in your friend groups that busted it all up, made you rethink things, redo things, right? I'm going to redo my 11th house, my goals. Now that that's been done, you can move forward there. Okay. And that's what Mars direct is. Mars right here in Cancer. Whoop, there's that angry mofo right there going direct. So now it's time to make some new goals. Maybe that we wait on Venus retrograde because we don't know what Venus retrograde has in store for us. Eventually, toward the end of March, Venus will move back into the seventh house of relationships. And at that point, that area is going to be focused on in a way that something has changed in a good way. The reason I say that is because someone or something seems like it's going to come through for you. Venus and Saturn here and Mercury eventually and the eclipses will be trining, supporting your goals and your friend groups. So maybe you meet someone new, and that also may, it just may benefit your money. I hope so. Anything else? Anything else? I would say use this time to think about the very root of what you need out of your relationships, your friends, out of your money area, and how you're investing your time and your resources and where you're empowered and your goals area. I would also add in the 10th house of career because Mercury retrograde will also go through this area of the 8th house, and you'll have to rethink maybe a contract you have, maybe a way someone has power over you, maybe rethink how you're doing things monetarily with your investments, which will also connect into these two things. So these two areas and these two areas for you. 7th and 8th. I don't even know if you can see the 7th and 8th, 10th and 11th for now. I'll be back March 14th for the lunar eclipse here in your first house of self, where you're going to let go of some anxiety and some perfection tendencies. All right. Holler at me. Catch you on the flip side. ecstaticastrology.com.